So what's happening in Singapore? What's going on at our borders? And also a mobile app which all tourists coming into Singapore are required to have on their mobile phones before they're allowed to enter Singapore. It's all coming up in this video. Welcome to this channel where we provide you with tips, information and updates to help you plan and manage your trip into Singapore. So if you plan to visit this beautiful country, be sure to like, subscribe and follow, and you will be on your way to having a great time here. Now things are looking pretty good in Singapore. We've had less than 10 daily local community cases for a long time now. There has been no second wave of infections yet. I must say that in my opinion, the authorities in Singapore have been strict, but they have controlled the situation pretty well. Here are the things that tourists coming in will have to take note and follow. Wearing of masks is an absolute must the moment you step out of your residence, except for when you're dining or exercising. Also, groups will have to be at a maximum of 8 whenever they're out dining, and do take note, this does include children and infants. Also, Singapore has begun its vaccination of the population here. So what I'm going to tell you is that this is an absolutely safe place for you to start thinking of planning your trip here. Now here are the list of locations from which tourists can arrive in Singapore for a holiday and do not have to do any quarantine. Taiwan, China, Australia, Vietnam, New Zealand and Brunei. This is by the air travel pass, and you can check for links in the description for more information. If you do not see a location being mentioned, do take note that the authorities in Singapore are opening up our borders gradually in batches. They cannot do it all at one go. And also, one important factor that they do consider before allowing visitors from a particular location to come in would be the COVID-19 cases and situation there as well. So if you happen to be eligible to visit Singapore for a holiday now or in the near future, one of the requirements is that you have to download and install the TraceTogether app on your mobile phone, and this will be checked when you enter the country. Now this TraceTogether app will serve two purposes for you, the tourist. One is to actually gain access to our shopping malls and tourist attractions where you have the scanning code at the entry points. The residents and the locals here will have to do something similar to that as well. Secondly, this app also uses the Bluetooth feature in your mobile phones to keep a record of whoever you get close enough to be infected if an outbreak of the virus happens. So if and when a virus outbreak happens, the authorities would be able to actually identify those who have come close enough with each other to be potentially infected, and this will help with the contact tracing while you're in Singapore. On a side note, however, do take note that with this TraceTogether app being turned on in your mobile phone and the Bluetooth turned on as well, you could possibly expect your batteries to drain off a little faster than usual. If you have got any questions, I would love to hear from you. If not, that about wraps it for this edition of my Singapore tourism updates. You take care.